All right. Module 15, case study, data analysis and assessment. My name is Eric Broom, and let's get into it. So just summarizing the case, we have Mr. Rhodes, first year principal at Golden Oak. They're about to start the second semester of the year. Football is the most dominant sport and well supported through the community. We do have Hispanic and Asian families that are just moving into the area, so that's changing the diversity of the school and district. A lot of the parents have a long commute. Golden Oak is a very low turnover rate, so they have teachers that have been there for a long time. Last year, we had the lowest percentage of student attendance in the district, which prior to that, we used to be on the higher side. So that's a problem. And Mr. Rhodes, or myself, Mr. Rhodes, the new principal, is encouraged to work closely with social services and the juvenile court system to remedy attendance problems. We have identified 5 of the 659 students who have missed more than 10 days during the first semester, and we're going to see how we can remedy. So any legal ethical stuff happening, so under Iowa code, that's where I'm from, so I use that. A student has 8 or more unexcused absences in 1 quarter or 45-day period. After that, it's considered truant. The AD is favoring student athletes and supporting absences, which could be seen as discrimination, especially we don't know the reasons behind that or why, or if it was communicated correctly. There's 2 or 3 established teachers not reporting absences on a regular basis, which again, it could be looked at as discrimination because if other teachers have to do it, all teachers should have to do it. The student or a school counselor is being negligible to holding students accountable and resolving issues of declining student achievement, so that's a problem. No physical harm was done, although we know that John, the 11th grader, was injured in that football jamboree, but that's pretty irrelevant for the most part. No breach of contract as far as we know, no harassment as far as we know. Synthesizing in a single sentence, so Principal Rhodes is a first-year principal at Golden Oak High School and has made it a point of focus to improve the school attendance rates over the second semester of the year. So the people, we have the principal who we've talked about, we have a handful of teachers not reporting attendance, school counselor, the AD, and then coaches, sponsors, staff leaders are also would be involved in this. We've talked about the PLACE program, Golden Oak High School, we've talked about the families. We've talked about attendance policies and reporting. Why has our attendance rates dropped over the past few years? So, and then continuing on, so we have these 5 students that we're really looking at specifically because they've missed 10 days or more in that first semester. So we've all kind of read about them, but we have Karen who got married, so I'm assuming there's something going on there that is causing some of these random missed days. We have Tyrone showing pretty normal progress. Parents excused him for these educational vacations. I think that's just a discussion with the families that needs to be had. Christina, some church-related activities. Again, I think that's just communication with the family about what's happening, how to take days off for that, and so forth. Carl, his parents just don't really support the attendance policy. John, that's the quarterback who has been missing from the AD and physical therapy. So just looking at that, all stakeholders have to be involved. That's everyone listed here. All stakeholders will be impacted depending on the final decision. Most impacted are going to be these 5 students and their families, the counselors, and the teachers most involved with the students. There's definitely more to learn. What communication has occurred? Have I had communication with the AD, the teachers that are closely involved, the counselor, my admin team? We don't really know how much communication has happened, so that'd be a game changer. Yes, we can make a decision, but as I just stated, the communication could have a large impact. Option 1 is doing nothing. Obviously not a good option. Option 2, no policy change, just an attempt to mitigate. So having a lot of meetings, a lot of communication, and explaining the issue and what needs to be done to resolve, and then what consequences would come, if there's more problems. And then option 3 would be the highest dramatic change with having a policy change. We collaborate with the leadership teams, the teachers, and then the parents and the students. This would mean a lot of changes of how attendance is reported. how many absences are allowed, consequences, and so forth. So like I said, option one, that's not going to happen. It's no good. Option two, this is a more affiliative leadership style. Okay, we're engaging everybody in the decision-making process. We might have a larger bell curve of how long it's going to take to make changes, but also a lot less consequences than option three. Okay, this option two gives us a lot of room for building relationships and teams and strategies. Option three is more of an autocratic leadership style. That's saying we're going to make a policy change and it's going to be direct. It'll probably enhance the rates quicker, but could have a lot more pushback from teachers and families. Okay, so I chose option two, especially because it's in the middle of the school year, so we don't want to change a whole policy right now. We can try and mitigate some of this for the second semester and then look at maybe changing into a policy later. So steps to take, I'm going to meet with the admin team, see what was done in the past, what has worked, what hasn't, and what are some points we haven't thought of. Okay, then I'm going to meet with teachers individually that are directly involved, get their perspective. Then I'm going to meet with the students and the family or guardians. Okay, then we're going to explain the issues, the policies, the impact it's having on the child's success, and so on. Okay, so right there, the first three steps is meetings. We're going to reevaluate all the meetings, all the discussions, all the perspectives, and then we're going to meet with each of the 5 students individually about their situation, show some empathy, understanding, but be willing to help and explain what's expected from here on. Then we just have to monitor progress and be vigilant of the behavior and have those daily conversations with them and the teachers. And then we just continue to analyze and then look at the end of that year, this year, maybe looking at changing policies for next year's attendance. So that's my thought. Special notes, why is the AD prescribing time away from school? Was that discussed with me? Why are certain teachers not reporting attendance like they should be? Who's keeping them accountable? Did our school counselor follow up with parents in a timely manner or follow up with me? And why is the attendance policy so lax? Why are we having these issues now compared to how good we were before? Okay, what's changed? And that is all I have. I hope you enjoyed.